Every year, athletes from around the world train intensely in the hopes of competing in an Ironman race. That is a grueling triathlon that demands the best of swimmers, bikers, and runners. The competition must finish the triathlon within 17 hours. They cover more than 225 kilometers without a break. Ironman competitors are considered to be, in one of the most difficult one-day sporting events in the world. Well, local athlete Geneviève Bélanger in the Eastern Townships can tell us a thing or two about that experience. Our CBC reporter Holly Bailey met up with her on the shores of Lake Orford just before her morning training session.
Me and a few of my friends just meet here pretty much every day at 6 and we train together.
Okay, and do you have big goals with this training you're doing?
Yeah, I just did my first Ironman and I qualified for Hawaii. So I'm going there on October 10th.
So this Ironman, this just took place, I think, the 26th of July in New York, Lake Placid. What was that like?
It was amazing. It was the first time I do an Ironman. I did a few half Ironmans before. And just the vibe there, everyone was encouraging and supporting, and it was amazing. Like the bike course was beautiful with the lakes and mountains, and the run, it was the best experience I've ever had.
So tell us about this. This is no small feat. How many kilometers are involved? You've got biking, running, and swimming. Triathlon.
Yes, you start with a 3.8 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike, and 42 kilometer run, a marathon.
Okay, now you didn't only finish the race. Tell us about this. How did you do?
I did really well. I mean, I wanted to do below 11 hours, but everything went really well, and I did 10:44. I got first in my age group.
So you basically won the Ironman for 25 to 29 years?
Yes, exactly.
That's incredible. How did you feel? Was this like a highlight of life?
It was just surprise and just excitement. Someone checked my results online and he said that I got a spot for Kona. It was just a dream come true.
Has this been a lifelong dream? Like, did you start out as a small girl, a child wanting to do this?
Yes, I started, first I started swimming when I went to high school in Florida, and I swam for a year and I started triathlon that summer. And I've been doing triathlon since, and for 5 years I've been into longer distance like half Ironman, and this year was my first Ironman and I'm going to keep doing Ironman.
Now, do you come from a family of athletes?
Yeah, we're all pretty much big athletes. My dad has done Ironman. My little brothers and sisters, they're into gymnastics, winter ski and soccer. Like, everyone is really in shape.
So training for something like this, you're here in the townships. How do you train for this? Do you have a personal trainer or do you do it for yourself?
I pretty much do it for myself. You know, I bike, I find some partners for biking, or I bike alone. I swim with the team. And I run alone pretty much, but I think I'll find a coach soon just to get better results even.
They push.
Yeah.
So which lakes do you swim at in the townships?
I'm really into Lake Orford. It's beautiful. Lake Memphremagog is nice too, but here it's quiet and it's right next to my house.
So what do you do during the day? Do you have a job as well? Or how do you balance this training and a life?
Oh yeah, I work more than 40 hours. This summer I'm working as a waitress at a Club de Golf Memphremagog. And so I run before and I bike after or swim after. You know, I exercise at least once or twice a day in between my job. But yeah, I'm working.
I'm looking at life balance or lifestyle. Is it all encompassing? Like, I read about your eating, your sleeping, your whole lifestyle. Does it all revolve around training?
Yeah, it pretty much revolves around training. You know, at my job, I try to make healthy choices for food, and I go to bed early so I can train the next day, and I plan my future, like my week with my friends. Okay, we can meet this day, I have this day off, and so everything involves triathlon, yes.
So it's a major commitment. It's a life choice.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your plan of action? You've got 2 months between now and your next Ironman in Hawaii. That's October 10th, I believe?
Yes.
What do you have to do? How are you going to train for this?
Right now, my father is pretty much giving me some advice as to the types of training I can do. I'm also getting a new bike this week, so I'll try it. And I'm going to go do a half Ironman at Timberman in New Hampshire to practice. And I'll just train a lot and get there well rested. And I'll get there a few days before so I can see how the heat feels and, accommodate to the conditions. And it'll be great.
The heat would be a big factor, and the water's different. You're swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, salt water, and apparently it's really windy, dry, so I'll get there beginning of October and, settle in and get the vibe and yes.
And just go.
And go.
So what kind of costs are involved? Do you have to pay an entry fee to go into the Ironman? I would imagine it takes some money to train at this level.
Yes, it takes a lot of money. For Lake Placid, I just signed up for next year. It was $1,000 Canadian. And this one, for Hawaii, just the entry fee. Once you qualify, you pay the entry fee. It was $900 US. And then you need the plane ticket, you need a hotel there, food. That's why I'm trying to find sponsorships to help me pay my trip.
So for young athletes out there who are hearing you and are inspired, what could you give them for advice?
I would say to just keep working hard every day, and in the end, every action makes a difference. So every day you wake up and every day you train, it makes a difference overall. And just keep doing sports. It helps to keep a healthy balance with your life. Yeah, just keep going and reach for your dreams.
Is this something you could see yourself doing forever?
Oh yeah, forever. There were some people there that were 70 on the podium, so that's pretty much my goal. And the more you grow up, the harder it is. So the next year I'll be in the 30-34. It's going to be harder. And then the 40-year-olds, they're really fast. So yeah, I want to keep doing that forever.
When you say it's harder, are they improving, or is it just with age it's more difficult?
I think they're improving. It's more experience, more endurance with age, more training, more knowledge about themselves, what to eat, how to train, what works. So you just get better every year. You start as a child and you learn, and then you just keep going and you get better.
Ironman winner Geneviève Bélanger there, speaking with our Townships reporter Holly Bailey. As you heard, Bélanger won the qualifying competition in Lake Placid, so she's going to be heading off to the World Championships coming up in Hawaii on October the 10th. I have to tell you, this is one of those things every year. I don't watch a lot of sports on TV, but most years I actually watch the Ironman coverage just because I find it fascinating. I get tired at home just watching them. Only the top two athletes from each age category at the qualifying races do go on to compete in Kailua Kona, so it's quite a feat for her. If you want to get in touch with Geneviève, by the way, just to show her your support, we'll give you her email address. So fire her off an email of support, genevieve.belanger11@yahoo.com. And you can check out our Facebook page. We're going to post a couple of pictures of her swimming in Lake Orford as well as part of all that training on the Quebec AM Facebook page. So we wish her good luck and Godspeed and all of that to the Ironman competitions.